Sinead. Sinead's at work.
Hey, Kate. I'm here.
Put your camera on, but talk about
I am at work.
Girlfriend.
We're making beautiful pizzas.
My favorite.
Right?
Yeah, for real. Okay, I gotta put my headphones in because my little guy is still awake, and I feel like his is going to be really distracting. So, hi, Megan. Megan, have you missed a Huddle yet? You have? Are you sure? This one. Your audio. Is it like this happened last time, right? You were on the computer and you had to move to your phone? Okay, I gotta stick this in. Hopefully it works. Hi guys, hi guys. I was just, as I usually do, I was checking numbers a second ago, so I can do the shout out. And then the last update just happened at 10:02, and the numbers changed. So I had to go like scramble to update our numbers. Okay. Tell me. Can you still hear me? Yeah? Okay, can someone talk and see if I can hear you?
Hi.
Oh, I can. Yay. Okay. Okay. As we usually do, let's just go ahead and get started right away, and people can trickle in as they see fit. Okay. Let's see. Or no, I don't want that. I don't want that. There we go. Okay. We are currently sitting at, and it just changed, like I said, 41,442 GWV. You guys don't know how cool that is. This is our best September since 2016. Okay, you guys have literally kicked the last 3 years out. Okay, that September in 2016 was only 49,823. So it's not like we are that far off, and we still have a whole day, and the month end in the fall, if you've never been through one, is cuckoo. So congratulations, you guys. That is all you. I'm so proud of you. Our top 5 in PRV so far this week, I know that that's going to change literally every single update from now until the end. So you can talk to me. Oh, here, I'll just, here we go. Sinead, if you need to talk, unmute yourself, okay? Number 5, Teresa at 1,500, like just over 1,500 PRV. Number 4, Tanya Gidge at 1,500 PRV. Kayla, number 3, Kayla Vale at just over 1,500 PRV. Our second, and this is out of 204 people, okay, guys? Number 2 in PRV is Sam Oliveira, and she's just over 2,500 PRV. So she is being paid at 30% commission rate, which is amazing. And Lindsay Bibby is still holding tight onto that number 1 spot because she is over 3,000. So she's like, ain't nobody touching me. I'm going to go for the top spot. Our top teams in TWV are, this is with leaders who are active. Number 5, Miranda Swanell. Number 4, Sam Oliveira. Number 3, Teresa Wallery. Number 2, Kayla Vale. And number 1, Gina Masters. So congratulations to them and their team. Okay, this does not include my TWV. So if you are on my team, I promise you're killing it. Okay, but this is just excluding mine. So far this month, and again, this will change. For those who paid at title, lead consultant Matt Sedgwick, Jordana Hamlin, and Tanya Gidge, congratulations. Star consultant Miranda Swanell, superstar consultant Kayla Vale, and director Gina Masters. Congratulations, guys! We have 80 people who are active this month. Out of those people, 40 of them have 500 or more. Raise the roof if you are in any of those crowds, okay? Out of all of those people, 11 of them have 1,000 or more. And then, of course, we have 2 spots at the 2,000 or more spot. I know I will hit that by the end of, I was going to do it today, but I'm tired, so tomorrow. And I know Teresa is also going after it today too. So I know that those will also change. So obviously recognition is important, and we all want to cheer on the people, but who are here for the tips? Let's be honest. You came here for the training, right? Teresa and myself brainstormed today. I was only going to do like 10. You guys, I got to 37. So I have 37 business tips to share with you. And the reason it got that far is because there's such an array of people here. There are people who are brand new. Sinead is one of my new frontline. And there are people here about parties, like to enter parties at all. Okay, so nothing is ever too simple. And I just wanted to start with that. This isn't actually even on here, but number one, don't ever be afraid to ask the question, especially on the business page or on our team page, because if you're thinking it and if you're wondering it and if you're confused about it, I can almost guarantee you are not alone. Okay, it happens all the time in the leadership pages. They're like, I'm so sorry for director, I feel like I should know this, but this, and there'll be like 40 comments and people be like, thank God you asked that, because I was wondering the same thing, but I was too embarrassed. So it happens all the time. Okay, so never ever be afraid to ask questions. Number two, I guess now, never ever input an individual order, which is what this nice lady was doing. Okay, don't ever use individual orders. If you have an order that does not reach party status and you want to enter it right away because for whatever reason, do it on your PWS. Open a party link, attach that party to your PWS, and then order, like place that order as if you were a customer. You could do multiple people's at once. They just have to e-transfer you because you can only use one payment method with the PWS order. And then that way it attaches to a party, you guys, and you get hostess rewards for it eventually. Okay, you can put in like 3 orders of 50 and it just builds upon itself. Okay, if you keep doing individual orders over and over and over again, yes, you get paid on them, of course, but then you lose out on all of those potential hostess rewards. Okay, so individual orders, just pretend it's not even there. I've literally never used that option before in 9 years. Number 2, have a separate bank account for your Scentsy business. I suggest having a free bank account for your Scentsy business so that you aren't paying fees just in order to run your business. So things like Tangerine online, they have a free option that actually has like really good interest. What's the other one that used to be President's Choice? My husband has one. I forget what it's called. It's with S. So like a branch off of CIBC. Anyway, Google it. There's a bunch of free bank accounts, okay? But basically, I hear a lot of from like ex-consultants or people who are just like mad at the industry. Oh, well, my cousin did that and she actually lost money. You guys ever hear that? Right? Or like, I'm afraid to do Scentsy because I'll spend more than I make. You guys ever hear that? Or did you ever think that? Right? Because you're addicted, because you're amazing. You can't really know unless you're an expert record keeper, and you might be, but you can't really know if you're making or losing or what's going on if you're mixing family money with Scentsy money. Okay, if you keep it separated, you always know what's coming in and what's coming out of your Scentsy bank account. Okay, it also makes it like your life a lot easier from tax time. Speaking of taxes, take advantage of all your tax write-offs. I am not an accountant. I can get in trouble for giving you tax advice, so I'm not going to. But I'll just tell you, keep all your freaking gas receipts from now until the end of time. Okay, every time you pump gas, keep that receipt. Keep all the receipts of anything you ever buy from Scentsy. If you do not know what you're eligible for, Google that. I'm telling you, it can result eventually when you start making tons of money with Scentsy in thousands of dollars of savings a year. Okay, which kind of goes in with your income. Because if you make this much, but then you pay this much at the end of the year, you really only made this much. You are a business owner, you're an independent contractor, which means you do not pay taxes on your income with Scentsy. So you want to make sure that you have tons of tax write-offs in order to sort of eliminate as much taxes as you can, because like you like saying no. Switching gears, have a follow-up system. I don't care what system you have, just make sure that you use it. Megan and I were talking about this yesterday. I obviously recommend Amy. I think it's the easiest, the like no-brainer way to do it. It's $12 Canadian a month. And the best part about Amy is that it actually gives you prompts, which is what I need. Okay. I used to have a follow-up system, like a binder system, where I used all my old order forms in order to sort of keep track. And I did the same thing you did, Megan. So I used to do like a week after, and then I would do like a month after, and then 3 months after, and then if they still didn't order, they kind of went into like a 1 month. Like I'd follow up with them every month until their next order, and then they would be shuffled to the back. It worked for a little bit, but I am not the most self-disciplined person ever. So I would literally, like, my binder would collect dust, and then I would lose out on like tons of CRV. Amy literally like notifies me, hey, you have 33 follow-ups today. Like, bitch, get on it. Okay, so I need that kind of stuff. So if you're that same kind of person where you need prompts, I really, really highly recommend it. And if you have a team, your team reminders are in there too. Okay, which is really, really helpful. You should be sorry, Teresa. I'm just kidding. Okay, never close a party without exhausting all of the options for a host kit. Okay, every single party you close, you can actually recruit someone using the host kit. Okay, using the host credit. I'm not going to go into how that all works because it's all up in our team page and the training center and the workstation and all the things. But even if you have 1 cent, literally 1 cent of credit left, someone can buy the host kit for $77 Canadian. Okay. So never, ever, ever close a party without literally like spreading that news everywhere. Have a wait list. And the easiest way to do that is literally sending out some kind of like Google Form survey of who would like to be on my wait list. Every once in a while, I get the option to offer discounted starter kits, yada, yada, yada. Who would like to be on my wait list? And I would do a sliding scale. That's what I did before. So how interested are you in being on my waiting list? 5, really interested. I want to know tomorrow. Like, sign me up today kind of thing. Or 1, like, let me know some other time. Or 0, like, don't ever talk to me about that ever again. And there was a few people who chose that, and that's perfectly fine. That you have literally an order of who to talk to next out of your customers, okay? And some of them will surprise you. There was a few on there that chose like 4 or 5, and I was like, that girl told me she was never going to join. But then she put like, well, I would join for $30, right? Like, so you just never know. And so it's a good way to sort of capture that kind of information. Okay, stop being afraid of rejection. This is like literally goes for every single thing in your business, okay? If you haven't had like 10 recruiting conversations today, and the reason for that is because like you don't want to hear someone say no to you, you need to get over yourself. You need to go watch the one from last week. Was it last week, you guys, that we did on recruiting? I talked about how it's not about you in the first place, so you shouldn't be worried when someone says no, okay? That goes for sales, that goes for upselling, that goes for asking people to host a party, that goes for all the things, okay? It's not just about recruiting, it's about everything. If someone hasn't said no to you during a conversation, it means that you're not doing your job. It means that you're not offering all the things. And you're not being a consultant, you're just being an order taker, right? So if someone orders a mini warmer and 4 bars from me, I'm not just going to take that order. I'm going to be like, girl, did you want an extra mini warmer and 2 more bars and you save $13? Like, you could get that extra mini warmer for half price. They could say no, and that's totally okay. Or they could say yes, and I just earned an extra however much PRV, okay? So stop being afraid of rejection. You're going to hear no, like that's just part of the business. So get all comfortable with it. If you're still like weirded out about it, read Go for the No. Really short. I might even have it. No, I don't. But it's really, really short. It's a really quick read, okay? Add business supplies to your orders. This is especially important to all the new people, okay? Add the 10 bags for $1. Is that what it is, guys? 10 bags for $1, I think, to your party orders, okay? That's all I use in all of my parties. Just a cheap, clear bag. Plus anything else you need. So all of the flyers, all of the host brand flyers, you want to order a water bottle to brand yourself, to bring to work, or whatever, add those all to orders and don't pay extra shipping just because it's business supplies. Okay? If anyone has questions as I'm going, or anything to add to any of my points, please put it in the chat or just unmute yourself, okay? The chat, you guys know, I always forget to look there. I already sort of said this, but don't be an order taker. Okay, that goes for upselling, but it also goes for, and we've talked about this on the team page, offering them the hosting discount. Okay, so if someone orders a 6-pack of wax for $40, you go, cool, did you want that for 40 or 20? They're gonna go, oh, 20. Like, how do we do that? You go, okay, well, you just have to collect some orders from your friends. All it takes is 5 orders of $53. What do you think? And you guys can just have a conversation. Again, they could say no, and then guess what? They still order the wax. Stop being an order taker. That's not what you are, okay? Have a VIP group. Post in it daily. Okay, there's a lot of people who I coach who open VIP groups and then don't find success. They don't make money with it. And 99% of the time, it's because they go on spurts or they post like once a week because they don't want to be annoying or just whatever the thing is. You have to post it daily. Literally, Facebook will block your post from the people who are in that group if you aren't posting in it daily, because Facebook now sees that group as something that isn't a priority. So you have to post it daily, and you have to post things that make people want to engage. If they aren't interacting and they aren't engaging in your VIP group, again, Facebook will literally block the post from them. Have you guys ever scrolled through any group, like say our page, for instance, and be like, I didn't see that post. That post that was posted 3 days ago, it didn't even come up on my feed. And that's why. It's because Facebook has deemed it not a priority for you to see it. So the more people who are engaged, the better it is for everybody. Okay. So post in it daily. You guys, that same thing goes for your stories in your wall. Do not be afraid to post your fancy stuff daily. Facebook barely shows anything to anybody. So don't worry about oversharing. Just make sure that you haven't forgotten like who you are. Make sure that you're sharing your personal life as well. Okay. Here's a big one, you guys. As sponsors, when we sponsor people, yeah, it is our responsibility, to coach them. It is literally right in the Sensi standards. So you would expect that your sponsor will do that for you 100%, right? And yes, they should be. However, it is your business, not your sponsor's business. Okay? So you really need to take your own training into your own hands. You need to take responsibility for your success, and you need to take responsibility for your unknowledge. Your unknowledge, what's the opposite of knowledge? I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. I hear it all the time. Well, my sponsor never taught me that. Well, I never knew that because she never trained me when I was new. We all get the same kit. Actually, you guys get a way better kit than I got. We all get the same consultant guide. We all have access to YouTube and to the training center. It is our responsibility, it's our business. And guess what? It's going to make you better consultants. And it's why I coach my frontline like I do. Anyone who's my frontline on here can attest to that. You ask me a question that can be found somewhere else, I'm not going to answer that question. I will direct you to where it can be found. Right, Tony? I'm going to tell you, oh, okay, well, if you go here, go to the marketing tab and just type in this, you'll see it there. And that's not because I'm mean, and it's not because I don't want to take time. It actually takes more of my time to do that rather than just answer it. But I don't want to turn you guys into leeches. I want to turn you guys into leaders, okay? So it is your business, your responsibility. Personal page, we already talked about that. I don't want to sound cheesy here because it can really sound cheesy. And we just talked about this in page 2. But share, don't sell. Are we salespeople? Yes. Yes, we are. You're going to have to get comfortable with that. We are in network marketing. We market a product, okay? But sharing a flyer or sharing a link or sharing only the stock images with a description right from the website, those will get you a whole bunch of $0 orders, okay? No one's going to care about that. No one's emotionally connected to a flyer. And are flyers good sometimes? Yeah, I share like the little, like the Pumpkin bundle, like those sell like crazy, right? But it's only because I have engagement, because I share the rest of the time. So I've talked about this. I've talked to you, Megan, about this too. If you're touching a Sensi warmer today, snap a picture of it. I don't care if you look like a hot mess. Snap a picture of it. You don't have to be in it. I don't care. And just talk about why you like this warmer. Talk about why you chose the wax that you did today. Talk about how the counter clean is at least giving you like 5 seconds of sanity while the kids are making a mess in a different room that you'll have to clean later. Okay, talk about all the different ways you use Sensi authentically in your home. That's what we mean by share, don't sell. If you're not using Sensi daily in your home, I'm going to question that. Like, why not? And if you have an answer to that, like, please speak up because we can have a conversation about it. But I use Sensi literally every single day in my home. I have the hand soap, I have the laundry, the counter clean, the wax and warmers, like all the things, which means no matter what I'm doing in what room, Sensi's somewhere involved in that. I've said it before, if you feel cute one day, if your makeup's on point or you're having a good hair day, go and take a bunch of freaking selfies around your house with Sensi products. share, don't tell. These are all totally random, by the way, if you haven't noticed. There's like no like rhyme or reason. Shitty. Taylor, she's treating it so lucky, guys. Okay. Consistency is everything. We sort of touched on this already, but whether we're talking about leading your team or doing follow-up or recruiting conversations or posting the day, like whatever it is, sales, whatever. If you're not consistent, it's not going to work, and you're going to literally be jumping through hoops the whole time, like your whole Cincy journey. I tell people, even who are just hobbyists and doing this for the discount, it's actually easier to be active every single month than it is to be active every 4 months, and that's because of consistency. Because if you're talking to your customers in September, but then not again until January, guess what? They would have found their own wax dealer somewhere else. It's basically it's the momentum, right? So if you have lost momentum in your business and then 4 months later you're trying to pick it back up again, it's going to be really, really hard. You're better off literally just staying in touch with people. And it doesn't have to be a whole full-time job. It can literally take 5 minutes a week, which everyone has time for. But it has to be, excuse me, consistent. Again, like I said, even with leading the team, and I am not like the perfect picture of leadership, you guys. I have made so many mistakes over 9 years. But I'll tell you that the times that I have actually been an active, consistent leader, my teammates have been more successful, which is the point of leadership, right? So it really, really does make a big difference. I talked about the guide, but I literally put, read your guide and do what it says. Okay? So if you want to know, especially for new people, but even if you're not new and you haven't read this, go back and read your freaking guide. From the first page all the way to the last page. Most people haven't done this, but if you want to know how to be successful in your Cincy business, your consulting guide literally spells it out for you. So even if you're not new, go read that guide and then go act like you're a new consultant going after Sensational Start Level 3 every 70 days. Does that make sense? Sensational Start Level 3 is the highest award that you can get for the first 70 days as a consultant. It is also a great indicator of future success. So those very, very few percent people that earn level 3 of the Sensational Start, I can't remember the statistic, but they have like a huge, larger percent chance of becoming director one day. Now, guys, if you didn't earn level 3, that does not mean like your chances are like no, but you can still have the opportunity to hustle like that every 70 days. So go read the consultant guide. Go do what it says, literally. And I'm going to tell you what it says. Go book some parties. Have a party. Go book some parties. That's what it says. And then there's some other good stuff in there too. That was my next tip. Book parties. It is literally the best way to grow your network. Okay, I know there are some people, like there's some people on here right now who have been trying to book parties and haven't been able to. That's totally fine. It probably means that you need to expand your network a little bit and then book parties with those two people. But I'll tell you that once you get on that roll, once you book a party from her and then her guests show up, and then you book a party from 2 of those people, and then their guests show up, and then you book a party, you know what I mean? Like it's a huge spider web that is never ever ending as long as you're focused on talking about the benefits of parties within those parties, okay? If you're still really, really stuck on how to do that, there is like a plethora of videos on YouTube on how to book parties. So I really highly suggest you go and watch one of them. Arrows out in all of your business. We talked about this last week with recruiting, okay? A lot of times when you are stuck and you've been having recruiting conversations and it's not working, it's because you're so inward focused. Even if the language you're using isn't, you can be all about them on the outside. You can be talking about how it benefits them all on the outside, but on the inside, in your heart, you're like, please join my team because I need to earn the level of the incentive or whatever it is, okay? Somehow, guys, the universe knows, all right? I don't know how it works, but it's for real. So always arrows out. If you are recruiting, genuinely in your heart, make it should be about how their business benefits their lives. It should be about their goals, not yours. Okay, you shouldn't be reaching out to your team at the end of the month only because you need to hit numbers. You should be reaching out to your team at the end of the month to encourage them to hit their goals. Because guess what? When your team is happy and thriving and reaching their goals, you will reach yours as a byproduct. You don't have to worry about yours when you're talking about leadership. If you are just focused on being an extraordinary, whatever you are, title, you will get to that next title just as a byproduct of being such a good leader. Okay? Arrows out. This is a big one. This is like, I get PMs about this probably more than anything else. And it's not like one of those tips. If you have trouble finding information in the news tab, because that's what you do. I found out this tip a few months ago after they changed the whole way the news tab worked. Go to Sensi Success instead. Don't go to the news tab. Go to the whole Sensi Success section. Sort by latest, especially if you're looking for something that's new. Use the filters and the search bar. So let's use the holiday collection. I literally get messages about this every single day. I can't find a holiday brochure. I can't find the prices to this. It's okay. I got you. Okay, Sensi Success, sort by latest, use the filter. So if you're looking for something like a brochure, you could put content type PDF, or else you'll scroll through hundreds of images, right? And then use the search bar to type in holiday. And it comes right up. It's the first one there. Okay? No one should have trouble with the Sensi Success tab after this. Use the search bar in the team page. I see this a lot too. There's literal years of content in the Team Over the Rainbow. Literal years of conversations about how do I recruit or how do I book parties. If you want to train yourself, and you should never stop training yourself on a specific topic, and you run out of ideas on YouTube for some reason, you can literally type in party booking, expand your network, recruiting, whatever, on Team Over the Rainbow. Plus, I've made the topics for them even easier to find, okay? But what I will say about this too is that make sure that you're not in, they call it like analysis paralysis, where you're just only binging information and then you're like, I don't know where to start. Then you don't ever actually take action or do anything about it. Watch a training video, go take action, okay? Watch the training, get your knowledge, apply the knowledge in a real world thing. You can tweak as you go. You don't have to be the perfect booking party expert in order to start, okay? Done is better than perfect. It's one of my life mottos. I'm doing all right so far, okay? Get a PWS if you don't have one, personalize it, literally, like, you have to, okay? You don't have to, it's not mandatory, but you have to. You're gonna lose out on actual sales if you don't have a personal website, and no one can join your team ever if you don't have one, okay? Just get one, personalize it right from the workstation or the PWS. Did you guys know there's a digital catalog at the bottom of the PWS? So if someone wants one of those flippable catalogs, every single one of you have one at the bottom of your website. But if you don't have a website, maybe tough to find. Attend events, like Sensi events. If you are here, you're already doing that. This counts, okay? If Sensi is holding one, even if it's virtual because life, attend it, okay? If it's expensive, like Sensi Family Reunion, plan for it and save up for it. We already know about next year's in North Carolina. It's next July. If everyone's really good, we can get COVID under control again, so we can actually travel there. We know about it. Now it's like 10 months in advance. Start saving now so there's no excuses to not go. And then honestly, if it doesn't happen, you have an extra $1,000 at the end of the year. Like there's no bad thing about doing that, okay? Megan, did you ask your question?
Did I what, sorry?
I'm just checking the chat. I didn't get a consultant guy when I tried to cover PDF. You didn't get one in your kit, Megan? Okay, you could actually, I don't know, it might be too late at this point, but I would literally like email Sensi and be like, I never got a guide, guys, and they'll just give you one. Or you can buy one. I buy one like every couple of years.
I just found the PDF on the workstation today.
Yeah, But if you need like a colorful, beautiful thing in your hand, I think they're like $4. But yeah, definitely the PDF is free. So yeah, Amy told me she had to leave earlier. How do you personalize your website? Yeah. So you can just add your story, your picture, your favorite scents, like what's warming in your home right now. Do you know that your website also has analytics, you guys? So you can set up at Google Analytics with it, and you can literally see who's clicking on your website from where. Okay, age, sex, location. Right back to ICT days. I just aged myself. I already talked about being an extraordinary person. Okay, I did that. Look at me, I'm like barreling through them. Oh, here's one. Get your whatever your goal is by the 10th of the month. If you are going for 1,000 or more per month, aim to have 500 of that at least, and by the 10th. If you are more of a hobbyist consultant, you're doing this just for fun, you just want low PRV, aim to have your PRV goal in by the 10th of the month. So if you just want to be active at the end of each month, totally go for it, sister. But have that 200 in by the 10th. And then guess what? You get to sit back because you're good to go. You're not scrambling at the end of the month. You're not messaging your customers in a frantic state, being like, get it up by the 10th. And then if there's LTOs throughout the month, then you end up actually having bonus PRV and more customers. It's that momentum thing. Only do income producing activities. Are you guys sick of me saying that yet? Okay, it's like might be the most thing I've ever said to anyone ever. Only do things that make you money, especially if you're a really busy person. You don't have time for fluff, okay? And I say that with literal love for you guys because I want to see you making actual money with your business. If it doesn't make you money, if the action you're doing right now isn't making you money, stop doing it. There's really only 4 legs or 3 legs with the 4th sort of thing. PRV producing things, coaching. Okay, so whether that's with your sponsors, with your downline, or like this, okay, coaching personal development, recruiting, and like partying. Okay. Sorry. If you're not doing that, don't do it. Like it's not one of those things. Stop doing it. Unless you have like an abundance of time, like, go do whatever you want. Have an open link for yourself each month. I did follow up earlier. You guys get a ding for notifications. So I'm getting some order things. Have an open link for yourself each month. Then you get to, remember I talked about like putting in the orders on top of your CWS, but you can also put in the random orders that you need to close. So I have an open link that I close every week. My customers know I close every Friday. Friday's payday, right? And then I use those hostess awards that I now redeem myself to get my own personal stuff, which is why I have something everywhere in my house, and I have laundry love. Like I get laundry love with each chapter 7. So I use it for my own personal things, like an extra things that I sample and give away, or my gifts and prizes. Okay, I think we're gonna end there because we're now under a minute. We only made it 25. So we have some more. I'll make this a 2-parter, and we'll do the other part next week. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. It means the world to me. I really, really appreciate it, and I will announce our winner right after this for showing up live. Okay, love you guys.